People love to say email marketing is dead, but guess what? It's not. And it's possible you may not be doing it right. Because when it's done right, email is still one of the highest ROI tools in your entire digital toolbox. Hi, I'm Max from Max Out Creative. Today I want to show you a few simple tweaks that can triple your open rates and how segmentation and automation can turn email into a lead generating machine that runs while you sleep. But first, I want to level set. I believe having your own email list comprised of customers is far more beneficial than purchasing lists and sending cold emails. I know some people firsthand, like people I've actually talked to and collaborated with that have made literally millions of dollars. One guy in particular is approaching the $100 million mark by sending out cold emails. So to say that they don't work would be not telling you the truth, because they absolutely do work. I just don't like them. You can always tell a cold email from the rest because they're often sent from what is called a burner domain. Okay, so that domain address, you type that into your copy and paste that into your browser, it's a burner domain. So there's no real email signature either. It's almost like it's just text on an email sent to you. It has somebody's name, but there's no real email signature or contact information. That's a cold email. And I personally tried it and I didn't like it. I did get some leads, followed up with those people, but it didn't start off the way I like to do business, you know? Yes, I'm older. And yes, I'm Gen X. Okay, so maybe that's part of it. Some people don't mind the impersonal, throw the bait in the water and catch a lot of fish, but I would rather show my face and offer some real value before I talk to someone and try to trick them into doing something. I am a big fan of nurture email sequence as a follow-up to someone that may have entered your website, like filled out a form and entered your website. Plus, they gave you permission. So that's critically important. If you have those little check boxes on your contact form, if someone checks that box and takes the time to read the little text there, and they're giving you permission to reach out to them in the future, I prefer that. I don't like to do the spammy stuff, and I don't like to bug people. I'm just different, I guess. So maybe not that bright. But, retouching your client list occasionally throughout the year, if you've had whoever your front end person is, always get an email address. And some customers say, well, I don't have an email. Yeah, they do. If they're on Facebook, for instance, they have to have an email address. Google, everybody's got an email address. Even a woman I talked to recently for one of the companies that I help market for was 87 years old. You would have thought she was 47 years old or 37 years old by talking to her on the phone, but she left a Google review. Well, she had to have an email address to leave a Google review, right? So people do have email addresses, and it's critically important that you get their email address. So that should be built into your script. One little hack you can use is just how you phrase the question when you're trying to get it. One of the clients that I had used to say on the phone when they were taking the client information, do you have an email address you want to give us? Well, no. Does anyone want to be bothered with more emails? No. Okay, so rephrase the question. Which email address would you like me to send the appointment confirmation to? Or which email address would you like me to send the information to? Way different, okay? Because way different. It's not asking, can we have an email address? It's telling them, I'm going to send you something, but I need your email address. So just that little mental shift will help you get more email addresses if you struggle. But retouching your client base like I've talked about through the year, that's really important. It is. Not with a big, long, drawn-out sales letter, but, maybe the changing seasons if you're in a service business, or maybe around a holiday. Just a simple greeting. It doesn't have to be 3 pages long, just a simple greeting with a picture of your staff, just saying, hey, thank you for being a customer. We're here if you need something. Just something simple. I think that people like to know you're still there and that you care about them. Back to email in general, here's why people say it doesn't work typically. They send the same email to everyone, okay? They write like they're speaking to a crowd, not a person. And then sometimes the writing's really impersonal. And people, if you're trying to use big words and you're real stiff in your writing, yeah, people are going to hit delete. They don't want to hear that. Another reason it doesn't work is people don't segment their list or automate follow-ups. Or worse, they never test or measure anything. They just blast it out and say, well, this doesn't work. Well, it's just like anything else. If you don't focus on it a little bit, it's worthless. So here are a few things that you can try, and hopefully this will help you. But something as simple as changing your subject line, making it human and short, and maybe even curiosity driven. So send the email from a real name, not info at, or customer service at, or support at. Send it from a real name, and if you don't want it to get email yourself, then start another email address in your company that goes to a general box where sales or marketing or whoever can get it, but give a real name in the email address and write like a person, not a corporate robot. Send it at a time when your audience is likely to check their inbox as well. That's going to help you. We've helped some of our clients with better open rates over the years, and segmentation is about talking to the right people at the right time about the right thing, okay? Your list isn't one big group. It's made up of your customers, your leads, people who clicked on your website but didn't convert at all, people who downloaded something that you offered them but never booked an appointment. All of those groups are different and should be receiving different emails from you. Makes sense, right? If you send each of those people the right message, you'll see a jump in engagement. It's just going to happen because now you're doing a strategy instead of just pushing a button mindlessly. And remember, automation doesn't mean spamming. It means delivering helpful, timely content based on actions people already took. So a welcome sequence when someone signs up, follow-up email when someone clicks a link that doesn't buy, a check-in message 30 days after someone becomes a customer. Just they became your customer, but just a check-in message. Just a couple of the reasons you can remind them why you are better at your product or service, your insurance business, your medical business, your small service business. You do these things well, and we're just checking in. We don't need anything from you. We're just letting you know we're here. That sort of thing does help. There's research. It's not just my opinion. There's research that shows, if that's done correctly, that it does help. And so for our CRM, I'm not trying to pitch the CRM, but that's what we use it for and help our clients use it for. So we have the right email sequence attached to the right buckets of people or groups. So hopefully that does make sense. And email isn't dead. Email isn't dead, but lazy, irrelevant, spammy feeling email, that's dead. And everybody's tired of it. Again, I'm not a fan of cold email, but don't follow my advice if you're just trying to build a massive monthly income. Cold email works, man. It really does. I just don't like it for myself. So if you want to make your email marketing actually work, just start with the basics. Segment your list, automate your follow-ups, and write like you're talking to a real person. You can do that. ChatGPT can help you do that if you can't do it yourself, or Claude or Grok. But if you need help doing it, and this is one of those things you don't have time for, this is one of those things that our business can help you with. That's what we do for our customers. And especially if you've already got your own CRM with a database of emails in there, boy, that's great for us. If this helped you in any way, feel free to like or subscribe. Drop a comment in there. I'll answer the comments myself. Please be nice, because we're just trying to help people that need the help that we are providing. That's all we're doing. Thank you.